Here we go again. That was my fault. The rear monitor went off. You radio folks are going, what are they talking about? You folks watching on TV or social media know. Corey Johnson back at you. Yeah, you right. Let's get this thing going. It is Wide Open Wednesday. Now, every day we take phone calls, and every day we don't screen those calls and we don't cut you off. We're different from local talk radio in town. There is one. We're different from national talk radio. We don't screen calls, which is common practice. I started doing talk radio like 30 years ago, and I was like, I never understood the screening of calls. You know, I was doing sports talk back then. Like, is someone to call in and go, hey, man, I want to talk about Pete Maravich when we're like talking about the LSU football team? You know, maybe. And then I'll just say, like, I don't know, or call another day, or I'll talk about it. But most of the time, what the show host is discussing is what drives calls, and they're going to talk about those topics. So we don't screen calls. I never understood that. And we don't cut folks off. I mean, I'll check out some shows and people will be going back and forth, and especially when the caller disagrees with the host, then the host will just start talking, and he's probably in talk radio doing like a thumb, like out of here, or the line, you know, the hand across the throat, telling his producer to like cut that caller off. And then the host will babble on for a while, and then you'll hear him go, thanks for the call, Jimmy, and just moves on. We never cut folks off, and we never screen calls. And on Wide Open Wednesday, even more carte blanche than usual. You're the show producer on Wide Open Wednesday. Whatever you want to discuss. Maybe there's something I'm not discussing at all, not enough. You think it's important. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480 on this Wide Open Wednesday. Nice weather day. After that overnight early morning rain, it is past. It's 60 degrees and sunny outside. Fantastic. Now, tomorrow morning, we'll wake up to high 30s, but it's going to beeline out of here fairly quickly. 54 will be the high tomorrow. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just some glorious weather. Waking up in the 40s, and then we creep up to the 60s by each and every afternoon, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Perfect weather to check out your favorite Mardi Gras parade. It's carnival time. Oh, wow. 60s by the afternoon and sunny. Gotta love it. Speaking of sunny, it's going to be that way for like the next week plus. Throughout the weekend, into next week. Just really good weather for Mardi Gras. Hopefully it sticks around for like a couple of weeks. And we'll have a great Mardi Gras weekend with the big boys and Endymion, Bacchus, and Orpheus, and then Mardi Gras Day. Emily Madero is going to join us in about 20 minutes. She's the president and CEO of the French Quarter Fest. An expanded footprint, more stages, more food, more fun. French Quarter Fest coming up April 16th through the 19th. Just a couple of months away. 4 big days of French Quarter Fest. They average about 200,000 folks a day. Now, I think Thursday and Friday, it's probably around $150. And then Saturday and Sunday, like 250,000 people each day. They'll do 700,000-800,000 people. They do more attendees in the 4 days of French Quarter Fest than 8 days of Jazz Fest. Pretty impressive. And you got to love that they're just a few weeks apart. Hey, I got a question for you. Why did they start French Quarter Fest? Why did they start French Quarter Fest? There's a specific reason. Give me the answer, and I got absolutely nothing for you. Except an applause. Where is it, Mario? Yeah, you right. You can give him that, huh? We can give him this sounder.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
A little applause. The old golf clap.
I'll even clap into the microphone for you.
Nice. Thank you, Mario. He's not the best damn producer in radio for nothing. Yeah, why French Quarter Fest? Why did New Orleans come up with French Quarter Fest? 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Yeah, Emily Madero, the president and CEO of the French Quarter Fest, in a few minutes. Go, Helena, go. Go, Helena, go. The city has announced a nearly $3 million plan to restore a few thousand streetlights, like $2.8 million. The city has over 53,000 streetlights and about 4,500 interstate lights. I would say a good 7, 8, 9, 10% of them no worky. So that's a positive move. You know what New Orleans needs to do also? And this doesn't really require a lot of money. It just requires some employees getting down to business. Traffic lights in New Orleans, forget about synchronization, but just on main thoroughfares, have the green longer than the small cross streets have the green light. Now, I'm not saying the small cross streets exceed the big 2 and 3 lane streets, but they're too long in a lot of places. Like, have you ever been by the Sewage and Water Board on Claiborne's by Leonidas, however you want to pronounce it? The light is almost equal time on Claiborne as it is on Leonidas. And Leonidas is 1 lane in each direction. Claiborne is 3 lanes in each direction. Claiborne's the major thoroughfare. Should be like 30, 40 seconds on Claiborne and about 10 seconds on Leonidas. Instead, it's maybe 30 on Claiborne and like 25 on Leonidas. It's crazy. Carrollton Avenue, there are numerous lights on Carrollton Avenue that are way too long on the little side cross street. Like Claiborne's, Carrollton is 3 lanes in each direction. Carrollton by Walmsley, by the New Orleans Archdiocese, right there by the Notre Dame Seminary, entirely too long. Carrollton at Irado, right past Tulane Avenue, entirely too long. Right down the street, Carrollton at Banks. The Carrollton light is too quick, and the Bank Street light is way too long. Carrollton at Bienville. Then you get over to like Wisner heading towards the lake, Wisner at Harrison Avenue, Wisner at Fillmore, almost like equal time in each direction. It's crazy. Just shorten the side streets, the cross streets, and make the green light longer for the main thoroughfares like Claiborne's, Carrollton Avenue, Wisner. There are a lot of examples around the city like this. This is an easy fix that makes traversing the city a lot easier and takes stress off of drivers. And you know, stress on drivers can create road rage, and we don't need any of that. I'll toss in another little problem, too. Don't get over unless you're passing. If you're just going to get over to another lane and you're not going to go faster, I don't get it. I'll be pulling up to a red light. There'll be like, 2 cars in 1 lane at the red light and an open lane on the left or right. And then one of the 2 cars will go into the open lane. The light turns green, and they go no faster than the car they were behind. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be in a cluster of cars. And my goodness, sometimes on the interstate, people that just like hang by the side of an 18-wheeler, you waiting for the tread to come off the tire and fly into your car and cause a wreck? Pass the 18-wheeler, get out of the way. And lastly, how about no 18-wheelers at all in the far left lane of the interstate, especially within city limits like Orleans, Jefferson Parish? 18-wheelers not allowed to drive in the left lane at all. And maybe taxi cabs going to and from the airport, not allowed to drive in the left lane at all. No, that's for passing. 18-wheelers just sitting in the left lane. That's Corey's driving tips for today. Have a great day, everyone. P.S. It's legal to turn right on red. If you're on Carrollton by the Popeyes at Earhart, it's legal to turn right on red. And other red lights, you can turn right on red. These driving tips brought to you by Johnny's Speed Shop on Williams Boulevard in Kenner. If you got a Z28, circa 1985 with the T-tops, we'll jack up the rear end and put bicycle tires on the front end, and you're ready to drag. It's Johnny's Speed Shop, Williams Boulevard in Kenner. All right. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Yeah, Helena Moreno. About $2.8 million. Turning the lights on. Master P's brother, C. Murder. Maybe he should have changed his name to Be Innocent. I'll fill you in on that in a little while. Wow, absolutely crazy. All New Orleans buses and streetcars are free today. Go take a ride on the streetcar. Go take a ride on an RTA bus. Don't cost you nothing. Hey, if you have a real injury, if you have a real claim, if you need a real lawyer that can deliver real results, Kiefer and Kiefer is for you. If you're not injured and don't have a real claim, but you're trying to take advantage of the system, Kiefer and Kiefer is not for you. A New Orleans law firm for decades, KieferandKiefer.com. To find out more, to learn more, go online, KieferandKiefer.com. Corey Johnson with you. Wide Open Wednesday continues.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Thoughtful conversation, common sense.
Chemtrails! Chemtrails!
Corey Johnson.
The old chemtrails. I was driving and saw some chemtrails, and all of a sudden I got drowsy. About an hour later, I wake up, I'm in a ditch on the side of the road. Those damn chemtrails, they got me. They got me. Damn federal government. I thought Trump was supposed to fix all this. There's so many videos of, commercial airliners, because those are the planes we're seeing with the chemtrails. They're not loading up with luggage and people. they're just, these liquids are being pumped into the entire, fuselage of the plane. And then they're dumping it on us to manipulate us. That's what happened to me after I breathed in some chemtrail. Yeah, I think Master P's brother was breathing in some chemtrails. Master P's brother is Corey Miller. His rap name, nickname, whatever is C Murder. The letter C, Murder. He is staying in jail. The Louisiana Supreme Court refused to hear a second appeal of Corey Miller's murder conviction way back in 2002. I mean, that's going on like 24 years. Yeah, he's like 50-something now. A Harvey nightclub. He shot and killed 16-year-old Stephen Thomas. Yeah, as I said in the last segment, maybe C Murder should have changed his rap name to B Innocent. The letter B Innocent. Yeah, I don't know. It's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy. C Murder. Do murder. Anyway, this Louisiana Supreme Court said you're staying in jail. Kind of a funny story. I was talking about Shane Guidry yesterday, the kind of right-hand man of Jeff Landry, who Shane Guidry's kind of screwing us over by, political power, move on the East Bank Levy Board. It's all political yes men to Jeff Landry, just a power trip for the governor, instead of folks that were civic-minded worrying about the levy. Shane Guidry owns a multi-million-dollar house like on North Line in Old Metairie. And like in the middle of the night or early one morning, he hired a tree company and they cut down an old oak tree right in the front of his house, which is against the law. And basically all that happened was he had to pay a huge fine, which is nothing for him. I mean, the fine could have been, 5 figures, 6 figures, low 6 figures, might have been $100,000. Who knows? 50 grand. He just paid the fine and moved on. But the point is this kind of rich entitlement mentality. You cut down oak trees, cut down an old oak tree in New Orleans, just pathetic. You might think this is a little over the top, but when people do that kind of stuff, it's like you should put them in jail for like a few days. Disrupt their life for a few days. You're going to cut down an oak tree because you can pay the penalty? That's not how the penalty is supposed to work. It's against the law. You're breaking the law. It prohibits like the average Joe like you or me, the average person that doesn't want to incur that penalty maybe from stopping them doing it. But someone like Shane Guidry cuts down an oak tree on North Line in Old Metairie just because he wanted to, because he didn't like it. Master P lived at the Country Club of Louisiana in Baton Rouge, and they had some oak trees in his yard, and he started cutting them down and was notified like, dude, you can't cut down oak trees just because they're in your yard. You're in the Country Club of Louisiana. He's like, well, what's the penalty? He's like, I think it was like $100,000 fine, like $100,000. And he proceeded to cut down like 2 or 3 oak trees from what I understand. No, that rich entitlement mentality when folks are rich or wealthy and they just think they can break the rules. And oftentimes they do, and oftentimes they get away with it. There's just something wrong with it, in my opinion. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480 is the phone number. Corey Johnson with you. Love to hear from you. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, fielding your phone calls at 766-9480. Yeah, in a few minutes, Sidney Raymond's going to join us from French Quarter Fest. Why did New Orleans start the French Quarter Fest? There's a specific reason. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. I got another question for you. All New Orleans buses and streetcars are free today. It's Transit Equity Day. Rosa Parks' birthday. Back in 1955, 70 plus years ago, she refused to move to the back of the bus in Montgomery, Alabama. I mean, it's so crazy. Black people back of the bus. White people sit up front. Just insane. Insane. There would be black folks on the bus standing in the back, and in the front there'd be lots of seats available, yet they weren't allowed to sit in them. You white people out there were crazy back then. Now, I like to think that I would have been like I am today, vocal, opinionated, stating how this is wrong, marching with black people hand in hand against that ridiculous oppression. But it's easy to say, that's how I think, but it's easy to say I would do that. I'm honest. I have empathy. I understand situations. So I'm hoping I would be brave and courageous enough to do that, because I'm sure the majority of white people probably thought it was ridiculous. But also a lot of them were like, man, I'm going to alienate myself with my friends. I'm going to be alienated by my coworkers. A lot of these white racist people aren't going to like me anymore. I might not be able to get into the club and crap like that. So being against it's one thing. Standing up and doing what's right is an entirely different thing. I hope I would have been brave enough and courageous enough to not only be against it, I think that's obvious I'd be against it, but brave and courageous enough to be vocal about it, to march with black folks against this absurdity. I love the photos where you have these white people in these photos, like so proudly oppressing black folks. And I love white folks like, no, Grandpa was a good guy. It was just different times. No, Grandpa was a jerk. Grandpa knew right and wrong. At the very least, Grandpa should have shut up. And ideally, Grandpa was right, just like you're saying, he's a good guy, and would be opposed to it vocally, verbally, publicly, march with black folks. Grandpa used the N-word a lot, and he was racist as hell and oppressed blacks. But, that was the times. He didn't know any better. No, he knew better. Don't take up for Grandpa. Grandpa was a jerk. Grandpa was a jerk. Anyway, Rosa Parks refusing to get up and move to the back of the bus led MLK Jr. to have that Montgomery bus boycott, which was based off of the 1953 Baton Rouge bus boycott. Moving the needle in New Orleans, moving the needle in Louisiana, moving the needle in Baton Rouge. Where did Rosa Parks work when she sat down on the front of the bus and refused to move back in 1955 in Montgomery, Alabama? Where did Rosa Parks work when she sat down on the front of the bus and refused to move back in 1955 in Montgomery, Alabama? If you know the movie Barbershop, the answer's in that hysterical movie. Have you seen the movie Barbershop, Mario Brothers?
Oh, who's in that?
Let's see. Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Some other.
I got you.
I'm trying to think who else is in it.
I think I've seen it. I just don't remember that part.
I mean, they've got like a number 2, which is okay. And then the number 3 is just like, all right, y'all beating this dead horse to death. It's not good.
Yeah.
But Barbershop 1, the first one, was hysterical. I mean, they had this like sub story, like the B story.
Mm-hmm.
These two idiots stealing an ATM machine and trying to open it and not being able to open it. And it was hysterical.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
That's funny.
Anyway, no, it's a good movie. Some people say it's a cute little movie. It's better than that. I think it's a hysterical comedy.
Yeah. It's been too long. That might be one
Cedric
of those...
the Entertainer's in it, and he crushes his role.
Yeah, that might be one of those movies I saw when I was younger and didn't quite.
Oh yeah, it probably came out when you were a tot.
Yeah, so
you might have been in diapers.
I should rewatch it and understand.
I would think Barbershop Mario Brothers, like late 1990s.
Yeah.
Well, Mario, get to work on the Google machine there. Barbershop circa what? I'm going with like 1997, maybe 1998, something like that. I'm guessing. Barbershop.
It came out in 2002.
Well, 2002. Yeah. So over 25 years ago.
Yeah, it would have been 8. Yeah.
Well, not 25 years ago, 24 years ago. Yeah.
That's wild. The 2000 was like 20 years ago.
No, it's crazy.
I'm still used to the 80s being 20 years ago.
No, you and me both. And you weren't even born in the 80s.
Exactly. It's crazy. Like they're having like 2K nights at nightclubs now. Like they used to have 80s nights. It's
called 2K.
Yeah, or Y2K night even.
Wow.
As an ode to Y2K. Nothing makes me feel older.
Yeah, I hear that. You are old, Mario.
Yeah,
older than me.
Not young.
766-9480 is how you dial us up. Where did Rosa Parks work when she sat down on the front of the bus and refused to move back in 1955 in Montgomery? And why French Quarter Fest? Why did the city of New Orleans start French Quarter Fest? 766-9480. 766-9480. Mario Brothers, you never know. I might beeline across the causeway tonight. Grab a date, grab a buddy, go by myself. Head to Trey Yen in Mandeville because it's so damn good. I love Trey Yen. I love Chinese food. And New Orleans on the West Bank primarily, a few on the East Bank. We have some decent Chinese restaurants, Chinese food. Trey Yen is like a step or two above, like a couple of levels up. It's not Chinese food, it's Chinese cuisine. And boy, the Wong brothers, 5 gourmet chefs, each and every one of them, they love our local seafood bounty, arguably the best seafood in the world. Right out of New Orleans, the best seafood in the world. Fresh, fantastic seafood locally. The Wong brothers embrace it. So many seafood dishes. When I say this, I mean this. Trey Yen in Mandeville, one of the best seafood restaurants in Metro New Orleans. One of the best seafood restaurants in Metro New Orleans. Get there tonight for dinner. Get there tomorrow for lunch. Great lunch specials, 10, 11, 12 bucks a pop. I mean, if you're like a office manager in Mandeville or Covington and you're thinking of like some Chick-fil-A tray or Subway, don't. Go to Trey Yen, 10, 11, 12 bucks. You can feed an army of folks for just a little bit of money and they'll actually enjoy it. Super quality, high-end food. Not Chinese food, Chinese cuisine. Trey Yen in Mandeville. So damn good. Love me some Trey Yen. Don't forget the Tong Cho sauce. Their signature Tong Cho sauce, sweet and spicy. Fantastic. Wide Open Wednesday edition of the program, 766-9480. Sydney Raymond joins us next from the French Quarter Fest. They're expanding the footprint. More food, more stages, more riverfront views. Yeah, you right. French Quarter Fest, just a couple of months away.
At Lamarck Lincoln, ownership isn't complicated. It's effortless. With a one-on-one brand specialist every step of the way, we strive to ensure every guest experience is nothing less than elevated. You'll understand why it's more than ownership. It's membership. Visit Lamarck Lincoln at Williams and I-10 in Kenner. Give us a call at 504-238-4800. That's 504-238-4800. Or visit us online at lamarcklincoln.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com. Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, INSagency.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
Because I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters.
And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it.
Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Real New Orleans conversation.
No place like New Orleans.
Corey Johnson.
It's Mardi Gras season, and you know your Mardi Gras headquarters is your local Rouse's Markets. Over 75 Rouse's Markets. On some parade routes, there's like 2 or 3 Rouse's just blocks away. You can pretty much come empty-handed to the parade, pop into a Rouse's, and get every single thing you need for that parade. And boy, if you got friends or family located around the country, how about sending them a fresh king cake from Rouse's? Over 25 different cream-filled flavors to choose from, or you can just get them their legendary cinnamon dough, a recipe that's over 50 years old, with just the cinnamon dough and icing, no filling. But 25 or so cream-filled king cakes to choose from. Ship them around the country fresh. Just go online, rouses.com. Rouses.com. Your Mardi Gras headquarters. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Thanks for checking us out on radio, on TV, on social media. You can check out our website, CoreyTalks.com. Corey spelled Kaare, CoreyTalks.com, for all the different places you can check out the show. Click and watch, click and listen. Coming up in a couple of months, French Quarter Fest, April 16th through 19th, 4 big days down in the quarters. French Quarter Fest expanding its footprint. More stages, more food, more riverfront fun, too. Sydney Raymond with the French Quarter Fest joins us on the program this afternoon. Sydney, thanks so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Corey.
Oh, my pleasure. Boy, French Quarter Fest, I was saying, in 4 days, you guys do what, about 750,000 folks, 800,000 folks in 4 days? You guys have a bigger attendance than the 8 days of Jazz Fest. Isn't that right?
Yeah, we have a pretty great turnout, a free festival that we've been doing for 43 years, and we're super excited for this year.
Yeah, crazy. It's like 150,000 plus on Thursday and Friday, and maybe like 250,000 folks on Saturday and Sunday. Ridiculously impressive. Hey, Sydney, what's the expanded footprint all about? You guys are going up to Waldenberg Park, sort of in the east direction, heading towards what the Audubon Institute, I guess, is doing, the Governor Nichols Wharf, the Esplanade Street Wharf, turning that into kind of extension of the Riverfront Park. Tell us what the French Quarter Fest is doing with this expanded footprint.
Yeah, so we're going down to Gold Ring Waldenberg Riverfront Park at Governor Nichols Wharf, which is Audubon's new park. We'll have more stages than ever before. An awesome lineup, including Irma Thomas, Cyril Neville, Big Frida, Cupid, and more. Same great fun and flavor. We have some new vendors coming out as well, food vendors. So we're just super excited to expand and just give you more music than ever. And keep the party going on the riverfront, in addition to, of course, the beautiful French Quarter.
It was 22 stages, right?
21.
Okay, and now what's it going to be?
The same 21. We're just adding more music on Thursdays.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Yeah.
That's great. And what, the U.S. Mint stage is moving up to the new park?
Yeah, so we're still doing the Loyola stage at the Mint, but the Pan American stage is now moving to Governor Nichols since the Mint is doing some construction.
Nice. Small stages, big stages. So Jackson Square, Waldenberg Park going east and west, and then what, Royal and Bourbon Street too?
Yes, we'll have Royal and Bourbon Street as well on the lineup. Those stages will still remain the same, and we're also adding a House of Blues stage, so that's exciting, along with their VIP area.
I mean, Sydney, it's funny. Like some folks would go, oh, they can't expand. They're in the French Quarter. It's like you guys could keep going into Crescent Park eventually, like over in the Marigny if you wanted, and you haven't even tapped into like Armstrong Park on Rampart. The sky's the limit for French Quarter Fest, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to be careful about, expanding too fast, but we're just really excited for this year to be able to offer a new site, and we're excited for everyone to see it. It's really a beautiful space, a lot of greenery. And maybe one day we'll venture off, but for now, we're keeping it as close to the riverfront in the quarter as possible.
Yeah, the south side of the quarter, as I like to say. How many food and drink venues at French Quarter Fest 2026?
Yeah, we haven't announced the full lineup yet, but the preliminary lineup includes over 275 menu items. So right now we have about 40 vendors confirmed. We're still going through and adding more as the weeks come by, so stay tuned for that. The full lineup will drop in March, and as well as the artist lineup.
I was telling folks, and a lot of obviously New Orleanians know this, French Quarter Fest, Jazz Fest, very similar. Lots of great food, lots of great music. But they're big differences. Jazz Fest is festival food, South Louisiana, New Orleans and South Louisiana festival food, not funnel cake or corn dogs, but stuff we like to eat. And bands from around New Orleans, around the state, but also around the country, around the world. French Quarter Fest is different. It's not festival food, right? It's restaurant food and only local bands, New Orleans and Louisiana bands, right?
Correct. We try to keep everything regional. It's free admission, and we just really prioritize, highlighting our local artists, musicians, and food and culinary vendors. Jazz Fest is great too, and we love it there.
Sure.
But yeah, French Quarter is super local, and we like it that way.
Yeah, I like it that way too. It's great that there's some differences. I love Jazz Fest too. The local restaurants do a great job. Some of them are serving like maybe an appetizer or a dish they have on their menu, and some are bringing something that they don't even serve at their restaurant to French Quarter Fest, right?
Yeah, we do a great mix of both. So some on-menu items that you can catch at the restaurants, and then we have some French Quarter Fest exclusives from our vendors. So you get a mix of everything, and you get to taste some exclusive flavors that you only get to experience at Fest.
And you mentioned no admission, but for the food, what, like $6, $8, $10, $12, maybe $14 at the most, right?
Yep, we have a range. We haven't dropped our menu pricing and items just yet, but there is a range between $8 to upwards of $20. But we try to keep it in a happy medium.
I'm trying to think what would be $20 at French Quarter Fest. Can you think of any examples? Only thing I've ever seen maybe like $14, $15.
I don't know the menu pricing yet, so that's why I'm just giving you a fair range. We haven't announced.
Yep. No, there's so many good items there. I mean, so many great restaurants. I was talking yesterday about, Dickie Brennan's, for instance, just getting creative. Like, I love a po' boy. I know you do too. How do you eat a sloppy roast beef po' boy? Do it spill all over the street and get all over you? They take the end of the bread, they carve out the middle, and they ladle in the debris roast beef into like the end of the bread. You just sort of eat down on the thing, and no spilling, just really creative and smart.
Yeah, we work with our vendors to make sure that we're giving our attendees the best experience ever. And sometimes that means adjusting, what you typically do in the restaurant to make it festival friendly.
Anything jump out at you that's like a favorite? You mentioned Irma Thomas. That's as good as it gets. Great food, great drinks. You got, from po' boys to snowballs.
Yeah. So we have a great food lineup. We're introducing Chicken's Kitchen, which we're really excited about. And then we have some old favorites, like the Loretta's and Plum Street Snowballs. Louisiana Fish Fries coming with Nola Crawfish King this year, so we're really excited about that. Orleans Brothers, Ty Nola, Nori Guys, Miss Linda the Yakamine Lady, and so much more.
Yeah, Giacomo's. Yeah, it's endless. Sydney Raymond's with us.
The beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Sydney Raymond's with us from French Quarter Fest. Now, you mentioned no fee, no ticket charge to get in, free admission. But you do have some VIP tickets available that you pay for. What do those cost, and what do you get?
Yeah. So the 4-day Fest Family Weekend Pass, you get entrance to the festival in our exclusive VIP area that includes private bars with complimentary drinks, 3 drinks per day, air-conditioned restrooms, shaded seating, and a lot more, and that's $480. And if you want the single-day passes, those are $160.
So $160 for a single-day VIP, $450 for all 4 days?
Yes, and then you have the option to add on parking as well with the 4-day passes, and that's an additional fee.
Nice. Where's the parking?
The parking is at, that's a good question. I don't know the exact answer to that. I know we have a parking lot around Esplanade, and there's an additional lot, but I don't have the answer.
Yeah, they got that parking right behind the French Market. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And you got some stuff right on the periphery. How do you recommend folks get down to French Quarter Fest? Park in a parking garage in the CBD, walk in, park outside the quarter, walk in, park over in the Marigny and walk in. What do you guys recommend for most folks? Take a Uber, ride a bike?
Honestly, you can do Uber, you can do the Blue Bikes. Public transportation is always great and it's consistent. Walking in, there's so many ways to get to the fest. It's just about preference. You can also drive. There are some nearby parking lots around the area, but just be careful about the street closures.
No doggies, right?
No, unless they're registered animals.
Yeah, service dog. Oh boy. Don't open that can of worms. You have people with like a peacock and a shark.
No, we don't allow any other pets besides service animals.
All right, about 2 months away or so until French Quarter Fest 2026. What is this, Sydney? I'm guessing like I'm gonna guess 40-something years.
43 years, yes, sir.
Wow, amazing. Any final thoughts?
No, we have our 5K race this year.
Oh, yeah.
To register, you can go to FrenchQuarterFest.org to register, and we'll be running through the quarter. We're really excited about that. Our poster and merch just dropped today, so if you want to shop pre-sale, you can go to shop.sqfi.org. We also have a big announcement coming up later in February about our biggest headliner. We're super excited about that. And yeah, we're just bringing a lot of fresh new things to this year's fest, and we're really excited for y'all to come out and join us.
All right, let's do it again when you drop the big bomb with the headliner, and as we get closer to French Quarter Fest 2026.
Yeah, we're super excited about it. And yeah, I'll come on anytime.
Sydney, thanks so much.
Thanks a bunch, Corey.
That's Sydney Raymond with the French Quarter Fest 2026, just a couple of months away, April 16th through 19th, down in the quarters. Corey Johnson with you every day. This program on radio, television, social media, brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex and Lamarck Crescent City Ford, your commercial truck, van, and SUV dealer. Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park, doing you right. Coming right back. 4 o'clock hour continues.
Word is one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
49 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 truck in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good, and we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. a neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters, and
You'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it.
let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home, and right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
The true voice of New Orleans, telling it like it is. Corey Johnson.
I love Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville, and you will too. One of the finest restaurants in Metro New Orleans. You South Shore folks, you love to dine out? Make the short trip across the lake. It's like, I often say 25 minutes from Lakeside Shopping Center. It's less than that. It's less than that. I cross the causeway. I put it on cruise control around 67 miles an hour. I get across the bridge in about 22 minutes. So from Lakeside Shopping Center, it's less than 25 minutes. Seriously. There's no driving around on the lake, across the lake. Right when you cross the causeway, immediately on your right behind that Shell station by the Aquista Pace Grocery, Gallagher's 527, like a minute from the toll booth. A minute, 60 seconds, not 5 minutes, not 8 minutes, not 10 minutes, 60 seconds from the toll booth, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. You know, I live like by the Sewage and Water Board, by like the end of Oak Street, the Carrollton Riverbend area, right by Holly Grove, right by Pigeon Town. Right by the Sewage and Water Board, right by where Claiborne's turns into Jefferson Highway, right there, right by River Road, by the parish line. You know, I take my nightly walk. You see me posting videos on Twitter, like I'm by the Maple Leaf. I'll walk to the Maple Leaf, check out some music for a few minutes, walk back home. From my house to Gallagher's 527's like less than 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. I think I left one time. It was like 2 minutes, like 58 after the hour, and I was there by like 25 after. It's quick. No matter where you live in the city, it's not that far of a drive. Get that. Oh, I don't want to cross the lake. Get that out of your mind. I mean, morning drive, you know, afternoon drive, maybe you don't want to cross the lake at 4 or 5 o'clock. I get it. But after 6 o'clock, it's easy. Tonight for dinner, make it Gallagher's 527. You'll be glad you did. I could go off on the menu for an hour. Gumbo, turtle soup, the crab meat St. Francis, arguably the best crab meat appetizer in the world. You know, I sit here and talk about stuff like this. If you go to Gallagher's and you order the gumbo and Corey's saying it's exceptional and you're like, yeah, it's mediocre. My reputation goes into the you-know-where, right into the gutter. When I tell you the crab meat St. Francis may be the best crab meat appetizer in the world, it's that good. It's phenomenal. It's off the charts. It's ridiculously delicious. Steaks and lamb chops sizzling in butter. Just a great place. The oysters wrapped in bacon with the Meunier sauce. The shrimp wrapped in bacon with the Meunier sauce. So many seafood dishes. So many New Orleans classics. Like, who's got stuffed mirliton? Seriously. Name a restaurant in New Orleans that has stuffed mirliton. Pat Gallagher at Gallagher's 527. They've got mirliton. It's a $10 side. It's $10. It'll feed about 4 people at your table for $10. and it's full of shrimp and crab meat. You can see it throughout the Merlaton. Fantastic. And that sweet potato casserole, I don't know what to call that. It's like dessert. It's absolutely fantastic. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Two things are going to happen. One, you're going to go, Corey was right. One of the best restaurants in the city. I loved it. And the second thing, like me, you're going to be going like every other week, like once or twice a month, because it's that good. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. I like getting a date riding across the causeway. Boom, before you know it, just some good conversation. You're there. Friends and family in the car. Boom, you're there. It's quick. It's easy. It's Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Yummy. Nice weather day. Get out and enjoy it. About 30 more minutes or so, 35, 40 minutes of sunshine. Really nice day. About 60 degrees outside. Just wonderful. Tomorrow morning's going to get a little nippy, like 37 degrees, and we're only going to hit like 55 as the high, but that's comfortable. It's sunny and nice. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, an incredible weekend weather-wise, perfect for parading, like 40s in the morning and 60s by the afternoon each and every day, and sunny, no chance of rain. The rain's done for like the next week plus. That rain we got overnight and early this morning, gone. Clouds cleared a little after lunch. Gorgeous blue sky, great weather. I hope this weather goes for like a couple of weeks straight so we can just have a fantastic weather Mardi Gras. That'll get people out enjoying themselves. Go, Helena, go. City of New Orleans announces a $2.8 million initiative, turning on the lights, turning on the street lights and the interstate lights. Just so overdue. These little things make big things happen. You know, I talk about like reducing crime, the Sunday four-wheelers tooling around the city. You don't see that anymore. The cars drifting. You don't see that anymore. The reason that was happening because folks were like, it's the Wild Wild West. There's no repercussions. Let's go ride our four-wheelers around the town and take over the road. Kind of harmless, but still against the law. Can't have a four-wheeler tooling around the city. No blinkers, no bumpers, not safe. Just illegal. The drifting of the cars was ridiculous. You had people coming in from out of town with a van with rims and tires and a jack. So they'd drift until they blew out the tires and then jack up the car, remove the rims and tires, leave them on the street, put on new ones and drift again. Just obnoxious. No, Johnny got arrested and his car was seized by the state police, Troop NOLA or the NOPD. Yet Jimmy's riding his four-wheeler around, got seized, went to jail. The word spreads amongst these folks, so they're not doing that. And then it trickles down to the real criminals, the felons, the violent criminals. Man, we better watch our rear ends. Troop NOLA's proactive. NOPD's proactive. So no, this all trickles down in a good way. Turning on the lights, the basic vanilla stuff. You're not supposed to get a pat on the back or a gold star. Junkie Cantrell was so weak. Any of this looks like, boy, major accomplishments. And dysfunctional New Orleans, you could argue it is. But fixing the little things will lead to bigger things. Maybe the next initiative is like, we're going to have zero tolerance for litterers. Yeah, you right there. No, not you, the guy behind you. That's ridiculous. The amount of folks that litter in New Orleans. Could New Orleans and Jefferson, even the North Shore, have better like sanitation? Sure. But it's the citizens that litter, and it's obnoxious. Black, white, old, young, Republican, Democrat, rich, poor, grandma, little school-age girl. You people are obnoxious, man. Grow up. Try to be civil. Try to act like a human being. I know you don't want your trash in your car. Wait till you find a garbage can, you bum. Just throwing it out on the street. People that get into like a fast food place, Lakeside Shopping Center, open their car door and dump their crap out in the parking lot. What's wrong with you? How were you raised? In a zoo? I don't want to dog the Audubon Zoo. That's a nice plush zoo. I don't want to say you're an animal because I don't want to dog my dogs or my cats. No, you people are pathetic that litter, and you know who you are. You cigarette smokers are some of the worst. Like 90% of you throwing the cigarette butt out the window because everybody else does it. Grow up. Pathetic. Weak human beings. Tighten up. Absolutely pathetic. You litterers are worthless. Listen to Blue Boy. He knows. What, buddy? Don't insult me and my dog friends calling them animals. You're right, Blue Boy. No, they're subhuman. These people are pathetic. Like I said, weren't raised right. Broken. Something's wrong with them. 5 o'clock powwow coming your way on this wide open Wednesday. Corey Johnson with you. Stick around.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
At Lamarck Lincoln, ownership isn't complicated. It's effortless. With a one-on-one brand specialist every step of the way, we strive to ensure every guest experience is nothing less than elevated. You'll understand why it's more than ownership. It's membership. Visit Lamarck Lincoln at Williams and I-10 in Kenner. Give us a call at 504-238-4800. That's 504-238-4800. Or visit us online at lamarcklincoln.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. The Fence Man, a locally owned fencing company serving the Metro New Orleans area for over 20 years.
I'm the fence man.
The Fence Man-NewOrleans.com.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters.
And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it.
Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Wide Open Wednesday edition of the program, 5 o'clock powwow on this Wide Open Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining us on radio, television, social media platforms. The 5 o'clock powwow on this Wide Open Wednesday. Brought to you by Katie's in Mid-City. It's steak night at Katie's. Steak night at Katie's. $39. You get like a 10-ounce filet. I mean, the one I got last week seemed bigger than 10 ounces, seriously. And it's a filet, so it's lean. No fat like a New York strip or a ribeye, so it's a lot of food. Then you get the Katie's potatoes on the side and green beans. So that's 3 courses right there. They start you off with a Caesar salad. Really good Caesar salad. And then Scott Craig's bread pudding dessert with whipped cream. And you get to choose a cocktail or a glass of wine, $39. Caesar salad, a 10-ounce filet with potatoes, the Katie's potatoes and green beans, and the bread pudding dessert with whipped cream, and your choice of a cocktail or a glass of wine, $39. You don't want to eat a filet, you'd rather a ribeye topped with grilled shrimp, same deal, $39. Steak night tonight at Katie's in Mid-City, Iberville, corner Tallahassee. Start off with some onion rings or some other goodies. Katie's in Mid-City, as New Orleans as it gets. 5 o'clock powwow on this Wide Open Wednesday, brought to you by Katie's and Wednesday Steak Night. That's tonight. You know, you can enjoy I went last week with a buddy of mine, and jokingly after the meal, after eating the bread pudding, I said, "Hey, man, heard you're buying Bricado's dessert." And I was joking. And he didn't even reply back, just laughed. It was him and his friend, you know, one of my friends too. I go across the street to the parking lot, get my car, I drive off. About 5 minutes later, I'm at a red light, and I get a text. It's a photo, no verbiage, just a photo, no text. A photo inside Angelo Bricado's with a box full of pastries and then a picture of an ice cream cone. I just replied back, "You dirty dog." You know, he would have paid, he would have bought. I don't care about that, but he knocked out the bread pudding dessert and then went to Angelo Bricado's, which is about 4 blocks away, or Katie's about 4 blocks directly behind Angelo Bricado's. Bienville's on one side, Canal Street on the other, in between Carrollton and Doc Francis Parkway, the old Jeff Davis. Katie's in Mid-City. Yummy. Yum, yum. It is Wide Open Wednesday. Sun's about to set. 60 degrees outside. Tomorrow morning, it's going to get cold overnight. 37 when we wake up. The high tomorrow about 55. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, outstanding Mardi Gras parade weather. 40s when we wake up, but warming up quickly. It'll be in the 60s. We won't reach 70 degrees this weekend. 40s when we wake up, reaching the 60s pretty quickly by the afternoon. Sunny each and every day. Sunny like today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in the next week. Gotta love the weather we're having right now. Hopefully we can sustain this for like another 2 weeks. That would be perfect. Through Ash Wednesday, the day after Mardi Gras, this weather, that would be ideal. Waking up 40s and 50s, creeping up into the 60s, maybe the low 70s at the warmest. That would be one righteous Mardi Gras. Take that every day, all day. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X. We're politically correct on the program. He's fielding your phone calls at 766-9480. 766-9480. Sydney Raymond joined us from the French Quarter Fest talking about their expanded footprint and more, a bigger and better French Quarter Fest coming up in about 2 months, April 16th through 19th, or a couple of weeks before the Jazz and Heritage Festival cranks up. Why did the city of New Orleans start French Quarter Fest 43 years ago? Why did the city of New Orleans start French Quarter Fest? Give me the answer to that, and I got an applause for you. 766-9480. Why did the city of New Orleans start French Quarter Fest? Inquiring minds want to know. 766-9480. The city of New Orleans announced a nearly $3 million initiative. Light them up. Turn on the lights. They plan to restore a few thousand street lights. The city has over 53,000 street lights. Somewhere between 7 and 10% of them are not working. Nearly like 1 out of 10 aren't working. I think it's about 1 out of every dozen. It's about 7-8% of 53,000 plus. They're going to get them on. And they're 4,500 plus interstate lights. They're going to get those on too. Yeah, you folks out in the East, going to light it up. That Rouse's opened the other day, their grand opening on Monday on Chef Highway. And part of that was the city getting involved and lighting up that area. So it's bright out there now at night because that Rouse's is open till 10 p.m. on Chef Highway. Yeah, you're right. And they open every morning at 7. Talk about convenience. And Donnie Rouse left some of the space available for a police substation inside the Rouse's. Rent-free. Fantastic. No, light it up, Helena. Light it up. Good stuff. Master P's brother, C. Murder, staying in jail. A Louisiana Supreme Court refused to hear a second appeal of Corey Miller's murder conviction way back in 2002. In Harvey on DeBest Bank, he shot and killed a 16-year-old Stephen Thomas. Maybe C. Murder should have changed his name to Be Innocent instead of C. Murder. Be Innocent. Wow. Kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy there, huh? He's been in Angola. Actually, not Angola. I think Hunt Correctional Institute for the last couple of decades plus. Yeah, C. Murder. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Be innocent. All New Orleans buses and streetcars are free today. Go jump on an RTA bus. Check it out. Go ride the streetcar. Absolutely free. It's Transit Equity Day. Rosa Parks' birthday. Back in 1955, she refused to move to the back of the bus and got arrested. It led MLK Jr. to boycott the Montgomery bus system. Black folks boycotting the Montgomery bus system and crippling it. 2 years earlier, in 1953, in Baton Rouge, they had a bus boycott. That's where it all started. Hey, where did Rosa Parks work when she sat down on the front of the bus in Montgomery and refused to move? Where did she work at the time? If you're familiar with the Barber Shop movie, that is a hysterical movie. I think it's Ice Cube. Cedric the Entertainer just crushes his role in it. They have the answer to that question. Actually, Cedric the Entertainer talks about Rosa Parks. Where did Rosa Parks work when she sat down on the front of the bus and refused to move? The answer is interesting because Cedric the Entertainer was kind of saying like Rosa Parks wasn't the first mover on this. He was like, his character was like, I sat down on the bus. I got arrested. But where Rosa Parks worked kind of helped, it put the spotlight on it. What up, Mario B?
There's a lot of like moments like that. Like I'm thinking of a Boondocks episode where the grandpa says the same thing. Like Rosa Parks took all the credit. Like I've seen that plot in a lot of movies and shows.
Oh, really?
I wonder if that was like a real thing.
It's in what again? You said what?
The Boondocks, somewhat controversial cartoon.
What were they implying in it?
The grandpa in the show, the character's grandpa, was saying that he was basically right next to Rosa Parks and also took a stand and didn't give up their seat, but Rosa Parks got all the glory. So
but didn't answer why she got all the glory.
No, I mean,
but yeah, no, that's sort of true. I think. I mean, factually true. Not that the Boondocks guy was sitting next to Rosa Parks, but people got arrested that refused to move prior to Rosa Parks.
Yeah, and that doesn't.
But because of Rosa Parks' position where she worked, it put a major spotlight on the, atrocity, the ridiculousness, the racist crap.
She's a hero
oppression.
And an American legend and deserves all of her credit.
Totally.
But there's also probably multiple people that probably deserve.
Probably hundreds before her, if not over 1,000 before her.
Exactly. So it's interesting that's a plot in like multiple movies and shows.
Definitely lots of other people were arrested for refusing to move, but they were, Joe Blow and didn't have this job she had that put a spotlight on it. No, it's interesting that you know it from the Boondocks, and I knew about it earlier, but Cedric the Entertainer in Barbershop mentions it, and it's the premise of what he says. The general thought is 100% accurate. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Phone lines are open. 766-9480. We don't screen calls, agree, disagree. We don't cut you off either. Pretty cool concept. 766-9480. Hey, for all your backyard, residential, or commercial fencing or automatic gate needs, you got to see the Fence Man. TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com. Jimmy will take care of you exactly like he took care of me. I got about 125 feet of linear fence put up in my backyard, a cedar fence. He capped the top. It's gorgeous. I'm about to get it stained, match the color of my house. You know, a little compound look going. When you need a fence or an automatic gate for your home, business, or any property, you got to see the Fence Man. TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com. Don't consider going anywhere else. See the Fence Man. Corey Johnson with you. Wide Open Wednesday. 766-9480 is the phone number. Give us a call. Let's talk about it.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet. Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe. Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
As New Orleans as the mighty Mississippi, Corey Johnson.
The old miss, the old man.
On 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
Deep river, my home is over Jordan.
What you looking at there, Mardi Gras Day on Canal Street or something, Mario Brothers?
Yeah, it's old school pictures in
Yeah,
his
saw
Professor
that.
Long Hair video.
Nice.
I love seeing those, the old timey Mardi Gras.
Yeah, horses pulling the float, stuff like that.
Yeah, so cool.
You ready to party like it's 1999 this Mardi Gras?
Heck yeah.
I'm going to be Prince. Who are you going to be, Apollonia or Sheila E?
Whoever any of those people are, yeah, I'm down.
You down? Maybe you better check who Apollonia and Sheila E are.
Okay, never mind.
I don't know if you want to be a woman.
Redacted.
Yep. I'm Prince. Boy, Prince can play the guitar, man.
There's a lot of talk about, the Super Bowl halftime show. One of the best ones ever was when Prince performed in
That was
Miami.
pretty good.
That was in the rain. That
In the
was
rain,
awesome.
too.
Yeah.
No, Prince is amazing. If you want to, folks that question, I would honestly say Prince is a top 50 guitarist of all time. And folks like, what are you talking about? Prince is a songwriter and a performer, doesn't play guitar. Go to YouTube and put in, what is it? My Guitar Gently Weeps, and put in Prince. And just pull that up, Mario.
I got you.
I know this video so well, it's ridiculous because I've watched it 100 times. I was in Florida with some friends and we were watching TV like 11 at night, and this like special popped on, and just the song was really well done, like a redo of the song. It had your boy from ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. My Guitar Gently Weeps, Prince. That's all you need to put. And it had like George Harrison's son, the guy from ELO. There, right there. Click on that, and I'm going to tell you where to go. Go 3 minutes and 23 seconds into the video. How ridiculous is that I know that? That's how much I've watched just that solo. 3:23, Mario. And play that for a second. Watch, this Prince just pops in from the right side with his red hat. Watch this, Mario. Crank it up. He's just warming up. It's scary. Goes off like another hit.
The other guitarists are like in awe. It's cool.
I know, exactly. It's like looking at like, holy smokes. And it's Tom Petty, George Harrison's kids. Just can't believe it. Goes on for like another minute. Anyway. Yeah, Prince can play the guitar. So we're gonna party like it's 1999, Mario.
Not even. I was gonna say pound for pound. Not even pound for pound.
Oh, pound
Just
no, anybody.
one of the more talented artists of all time.
Oh, pound for pound, he's the greatest guitarist
Like-
of all time. Prince is like what, 5'2", 110 pounds?
Yeah.
It's like a jockey.
Yeah, like the choreography, the vocals, like
Yeah.
what a legend.
Prince is an animal. No, sad story. Really good. Wide open Wednesday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with your 5 o'clock powwow. Mario, you better Google Apollonia and Sheila E. Because I don't think you want to be either one of them. They're women. Apollonia was pretty good looking. She was in the what was that movie with the New Orleans guy who went to St. Aug? Carl Weathers. Action Jackson. Did you ever see that movie?
Can't say I have. No.
Yeah, you're too young for that. It's an old one.
Yeah.
And now that's, modern day Picture Apollonia. She's probably 70 years old, huh?
Yeah, I think I'd rather dress up as somebody else.
Yep. What about Sheila E?
Sheila E.
Yep. She played percussion. Forgot what her song was called, like the Magic Touch, the something touch or something.
She's pretty.
What's her hit song? Does it say? The Magic Touch something.
Love Bizarre.
No, Love Bizarre.
The Glamorous
The
Life.
Glamorous Life. The Magic Touch. The Glamorous Life. Anyway. All right, that's today's program. We've lost the entire audience, Mario, talking about Prince and Apollonia and Sheila E. and St. Aug's own Carl Weathers.
Man, I don't know. The guitar.
Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed in Rocky.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He went to St. Aug.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Native New Orleanian.
They got a lot of good entertainers and sportscasters and stuff from there.
Oh, are you kidding? Yeah. You know what's amazing about New Orleans? I mean, someone should write an article or a story on this. Do you know how many, and I'm sure there's black women too, but there are numerous black men in New Orleans that went to Ivy League schools, high-end schools, scholarships, all that. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like Eugene Green, the councilman, went to Harvard. Troy Henry, who's redoing the Six Flags, was trying to get the trash contract for the quarter. He went to Stanford, has an engineering degree from Stanford. I mean, I'm just like, what? I couldn't do a week of engineering at Stanford, not a week. Who else? There's just a bunch. The former sheriff, Gussman, went to Yale, I think. Wow. Went to Yale. I mean, it's just crazy, man.
It is.
There's a lot of folks like that. Mark Morial went to Penn. Great school. I'm missing some. I'm telling you, there's dozens and dozens of these black men in New Orleans that you think they're just average black guy, like you and I, white guy, just average guy. I went to LSU. Mario went to LSU. No, went to Stanford, engineering degree. Went to Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Penn. Just unbelievable. Duke, Vandy. It's out of control. No, it'd be a great article because there might be 50 or 100. And then I'm sure there are a bunch of women that I don't know of that went to these Ivy League schools too. Anyway. Inteligente, right, Mario? Yes. No listo.
There you go.
No listo.
I'm proud of you. You remembered.
I remembered listo. I'll probably remember it forever now.
There you go.
I need to keep improving my Espanol.
Yeah, we could do a different word every day.
Yeah, that would be good. I could learn 365 in a year.
There you go.
That would be muy grande.
You could be my color guy for the Saints games in no
Yep.
time.
Yep. It's going to be muy caliente in the AM, 37, but then moving into muy frío in the morning, 37. But then muy caliente, not muy caliente, but pseudo caliente, poquito caliente, coming up maybe this weekend. Is that right? Poquito caliente?
Yeah.
Sort
enough.
of.
Close enough.
What would that be like in English translation? Like little hot or something like that? Little warm, just not correct, but close.
Like there's a little amount of warm.
Yeah, a little amount of warm.
A little amount of
You
warm.
comprende it, but that's about it, right?
It's funny translating the two languages sometimes.
Yep. Well, what in English it's the subject before the object, and in Spanish it's the object in front of the subject,
Except
right?
for when it's not. Yeah.
Except when it's not.
Most of the time. Both
Yep.
languages just have really inconsistent rules, to be
Spanish,
honest.
I think, would be a lot easier to learn than English. We talked about this. In Spanish, no is no. In English, it's no, it's don't, it's doesn't. It's all these, other words.
Yeah. Well, in English,
confusing.
somehow tough and shuck are only one letter apart, like completely different sounding words.
Oh,
only
yeah.
one
And then you
letter
throw
apart.
the yad in there. I mean, I'm pretty sure the boat hits the shore.
Yes.
I mean, how'd you like to have to learn the at? You're like, what did that guy in New Orleans say? He said, I'm pretty sure the boat hit the shore. He's saying a noun for, it's like, no, I'm pretty sure the boat hit the shore.
People made jokes about names ending in AY, but I've heard so many Yaddy people say Monday, Tuesday.
Oh,
Wednesday.
yeah, of course. Wednesday. Yep. And then, they'll make it an ER. Atlanta. Let's go into the Cajun accent now. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Hey, why did French Quarter start 43 years ago in New Orleans? There's a specific reason why French Quarter Festival started. Why? 766-9480. We were talking about Rosa Parks. It's Transit Equity Day. Rosa Parks' birthday back in 1955. She refused to get up and move from the front of the bus. It led MLK Jr. to boycott the Montgomery bus system. Where did Rosa Parks work when she sat down on the front of the bus and refused to move? Because that was the main reason. Other black folks had refused to move and got arrested. But because Rosa Parks worked at a specific place, it put the spotlight on this. Where did Rosa Parks work? 766-9480. Why French Quarter Fest? Why did the city of New Orleans start French Quarter Fest? 766-9480. Master P's brother, C. Murder, staying in jail. The Louisiana Supreme Court refused to hear his second appeal of Corey Miller's murder conviction. Back in 2002, a Harvey nightclub, he shot and killed 16-year-old Stephen Thomas. Yeah, I said last hour, maybe he should have changed his name before the trial from C. Murder to B. Innocent. 766-9480. Hey, Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx. I want to ask you about Anthony Davis trade in a second. And also Super Bowl 60 Sunday in the Bay Area, Seattle and New England. But we got to knock out a break real quick on this wide open Wednesday. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Yeah, why did the city of New Orleans start French Quarter Fest? There's a specific reason. And where did Rosa Parks work when she refused to get up off the front of the bus in Montgomery back in 1955, 71 years ago? Because where she worked is what got the attention, helped get the attention. Hey, on Fridays, Michael Heck joins us from Greater New Orleans Inc., hopefully with some good economic news. That segment's always brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant located in Elmwood. 1,400 employees on like a 100-acre campus. They're right under the UEP Long Bridge, so it's convenient for you East Bankers and West Bankers. If you live on the North Shore, you don't have to traverse the lake. Latrim's got a facility on the North Shore right off I-12. For a full listing of positions available, it's a new year. A lot of you are like, man, I'm tired of my job. I want a new job, a new career. Go to Latrim.com. They've got like 50, 60, 70 job openings. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M. Latrim.com. 766-9480. Why did they start French Quarter Fest? Where did Rosa Parks work? 766-9480. Dial us up.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's Latrim.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe. The Fence Man, a locally owned fencing company serving the Metro New Orleans area for over 20 years.
I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
At Lamarck Lincoln, ownership isn't complicated. It's effortless. With a one-on-one brand specialist every step of the way, we strive to ensure every guest experience is nothing less than elevated. You'll understand why it's more than ownership. It's membership. Visit Lamarck Lincoln at Williams and I-10 in Kenner. Give us a call at 504-238-4800. That's 504-238-4800. Or visit us online at lamarcklincoln.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Zulu King, y'all. Talking about the Zulu King. Talking about the Zulu King, y'all. Talking about the Zulu King.
Hey, Marigny, Bywater, Treme, French Quarter, CBD, Warehouse District, Garden District, Irish Channel. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground, where New Orleans is heard.
Yeah, you right. Wide Open Wednesday. Time now for Mario Brothers outfit du jour. That's
What
right.
are you wearing? I don't get how guys dress today. I mean, come on.
Mario Brothers has more sports-related outfits than anybody I know. This one, not so much sports-related. I like it, Mario. It's the education side of Louisiana State University and Agricultural and Mechanical College in Baton Rouge.
Yes. Shout out to the Manship School of Mass Communication, repping the T-shirt today.
Is that still across from the old Armory, the Cox Communications Center, and next to kind of behind Tiger Stadium, in between Tiger Stadium and the Indian Mounds, right?
Yep, we walk the same halls, my friend. Still looks the same way.
KLSU in the basement?
KLSU in the basement. Had some happy times with KLSU, man.
Yeah.
And the Daily Reveille down the hall.
And I told you how I got my first gig in radio, huh?
Yeah, I love that story.
Yeah, it's a true story. I was working at Channel 2, and Bob Broadhead, the old LSU AD, was doing a sports talk show. And I just got turned on to sports talk radio. This is like 91, 92. I was working at Channel 2, WBRZ. Bruce Weber was hunched over his desk like the third string weekend guy from Pittsburgh. He had his little transistor AM radio to his ear. And I remember talking to Jordy Holtberg, who was the B guy, the number 2 guy. Mike Rhodes was the ace, the lead guy. And I was like, I hit Jordy. I'm like, Jordy, who listens to AM radio? And we're kind of like laughing at Bruce a little bit. And like 3 months later, I was on that station doing sports talk. Didn't even know what sports talk radio was. I started calling in the shows and whatever, but how I got the gig, I'm driving around with like a photographer in the Channel 2 van, and we're listening to Bob Broadhead. We had one of those white, like that big brick phone that Motorola had with the antenna, the rubber antenna, the big brick. And I'd call in the show and, talk to the hosts and answer questions and whatever, give input. And Bob Broadhead's on. I'll never forget. It was like 1:40 in the afternoon. They take a break. When they come back after 1:40, it's the satellite programming, like the syndicated national sports talk out of Vegas that they would air at night and when the local shows weren't on. And I was like, what happened to Broadhead? So I called the station, and this guy, Doug Dyer, answered the phone. And I was like, hey, where's Bob Broadhead? He was like, he's no longer with us. I'm like, what do you mean? He's just on. He's like, he's no longer with us. We let him go. I'm like, wow. I'm like, in the middle of the shift, he's like, no longer with us. So I'm like, all right. And we hang up, and I'm like, do we have time? And he's like, yeah, we don't have to get back till 5 o'clock. We get there at 4 o'clock. Just have to edit this piece real quick. It'll take a minute. I'm like, can we drive over to Port Allen where the radio station is? And he's like, yeah, let's go. So we drive over to Port Allen, pull into the parking lot in the Channel 2 van. I get out, I go walk inside. I'm like, yeah, I was just inquiring about, Bob Broadhead, and do you guys have an opening for a sports talk show host? And the guy's like, do you have any radio experience? Have you ever been on radio before? And I said, yeah. And he goes, where were you on radio? And I go, KLSU. And he goes, oh, wow. He goes, I worked at KLSU. Okay, great. Can you start Monday? I mean, that quick. Yeah. And I'm like, he's looking over my shoulder at the van. So he knows I'm like a sports guy working sports and TV. He can handle radio, he's assuming. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, all right, we're going to move a guy around. Probably you're going to do mornings. Like all this decided quickly. So I'm like doing in 15 minutes, I'm doing like 10 to noon. I get the job right away. So I get back in the van. I'm like fired up. And I'm like, oh God, it was like a Friday. I was like, I got to do a show Monday. Todd Black, who he does, he's high school coach, former Neville All-State QB, great athlete, played on the LSU golf team, really nice guy. Todd was like interning at Channel 2 with me. We had these little part-time jobs, barely getting any money. And I had just met him like a month earlier at Channel 2 when I was working there. And I call him like, Todd, you want to do a sports talk show with me in the morning from 10 to noon? He's like, hell yeah. Because I can't do this by myself. I've never done it before. And as far as like, Corey, you lied and said you'd been on radio before. No, I didn't lie. I used to call KLSU and be like, hey, play Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven, whatever. So my buddies would listen in the other room to the radio, and I'd be in like in the bedroom on the phone calling in, and they'd hear me give the request, and then I'd walk back in the den. Everybody's laughing. Corey was on the radio, that kind of thing. So all he asked was, have you ever been on radio? And I said, yeah, KLSU. He goes, where? I said, KLSU, which is, he didn't go, what, you were a DJ or you were a host? What did you do? I would have had to say, no, I just called in to request a song. But he never asked that. He just asked if I'd ever been on radio. So I did not lie. I guess I stretched the truth. What we would call that?
Yeah, you didn't lie.
Kind of. I didn't lie at all.
Exactly. I did something similar once, but it kind of backfired on me. I was applying to work at Bobby Hebert's, the restaurant, and I told him I was a server at another restaurant, which I wasn't. I had no restaurant experience.
No, boy, you lied, Mario.
I lied. And in the interview,
don't lie, Mario.
The interview was kind of intense. It was like a big long table, like 6 people. I was like, for a restaurant job, really? But they did that. And they were like, you're a server. What was your favorite dish? And I was like, the duck quesadilla. And they were like, tell me how you would sell a duck quesadilla. And I was like, yeah. Long story short, I still got hired, but as a busboy, not as a server.
As a waiter. Wow. Yep. Interesting. Even lying, you got hired.
Yep.
The dumbest restaurant name in the history of restaurants. It's so stupid. Well, Mario, if you were like, Mario Latinx is your nickname, it wouldn't be Mario's Latinx restaurant.
Yes.
Bobby Hebert's Cajun Cannon Restaurant. It's his nickname.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's the stupidest name ever.
Yeah.
It's Bobby Cajun Cannon Hebert, or Bobby Hebert's restaurant, or the Cajun Cannon Restaurant, not Bobby Hebert's apostrophe S.
Yeah.
Cajun Cannon Restaurant.
I never really thought of that, but that does not make much sense. Yeah.
The women call me the Stud. So Corey, the Stud Restaurant. It's Corey's Johnson's the Stud Restaurant.
Yeah.
That's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest name in the history of restaurants. And I love Bobby. I was tweeting something the other day. I think Detillier was saying it's like Bobby's birthday or something. And I was like, how do you put up with that guy? Joke. He retweets it, And I was like, yeah, tell Bobby happy birthday. I love Bobby. But I worked with Bobby. Arguably, you could say I got Bobby the gig indirectly. Well, I was on after Buddy D from like 7 to 10. And every Friday night, Bobby was doing sports talk, like just a segment in Atlanta. And a buddy of mine loved these Atlanta sports talk stations. He dated a girl up there. He was up there like once a month. He's like, $6.80 the ticket, all this stuff, So Steak Shapiro, all these guys doing sports talk in Atlanta. And Bobby would go on either Steak Show or one of those shows like on Friday. And I started getting Bobby on my show like once a week for like a year. And then Buddy, I remember Buddy's like, Corey, you got Bobby Hebert's phone number? I was like, yeah, you go, Buddy. And I gave him a cell. And Buddy would get him on like once a quarter, like 3-4 times a year when there was something Saints related, old Jim Morris stuff, whatever. But I had him on like once a week. And I think it's not like I got him the job, but it showed WWL people like Bobby can do this. And no, I shouldn't say I got him the job, but I think I planted the seed. And I give credit for the WWL people. Like, who do you get to replace Buddy D? You know what I mean? Like, you need some kind of character who kind of has like a built-in gimmick, And Buddy D's gimmick was his personality and his speech, and how he's just a New Orleans yatty character. Bobby Hebert, this Cajun, Caint, just, the Cajun accent and all that. Just, it was a good replacement. I mean, he's been at it for like 20 years. More power to Bobby Hebert. But yeah, I think I planted the seed, but I give credit to WWL, one of the rare positive programming moves they made that was actually good.
Yeah, I'm glad he said that. I see a lot of people, specifically people in radio, kind of hate on Bobby, but I agree with what you said 100%. Like, that was a seamless transition just based on how they are.
And plus, Bobby's like, Buddy D told me one time, we're in La Crosse, Wisconsin. We're eating at this lunch place. It's me, Buddy D, and Kenny Wilkerson. Both of them have passed, sad. And I was fledgling. I was on a competing station, Sports 1280. I was on that station, and we actually had the rights to the Saints. Q93 and WYLD played Saints games for like 3 years before it went back to WWL. And I was just talking to Buddy about, I don't know, we're just, how do you get bigger in radio, whatever. And or I might have said something like, yeah, that guy called and didn't like me, he was ripping me on the show. And I remember Buddy, like in mid-bite, just like, Corey, it doesn't matter if they're talking good or bad about you, just as long as they're talking about you. And I remember I took it at first because I was young. I was like 25. I was like, why would you want someone talking bad about you? Like, that's what I thought at first. And then within 5 minutes, I was like, Buddy's saying not everybody's going to like you, but as long as they're listening. And I'm not a big fan of like Howard Stern necessarily. I think he's the opposite of a good interviewer. I think he does a bad job interviewing. It's all like lesbian TNA crap, whatever. He tried doing it on HBO and it was a failure. Just the show was miserable because it was like real interviews. Plus, he tries to inject himself too much in the interview instead of letting the person he's interviewing be the star. But besides all that knocking of Howard Stern, the Howard Stern movie, he was like, they had that pig vomit guy. And I've had somebody programming radio that was like the pig vomit guy, just warped agenda, doesn't know radio, trying to tell you what to do, trying to control you, just a joke. But when Stern's ratings took off, they had like the questionnaire thing. It was like, average time listening, like, 20 minutes or something like that. The people that like him, why do you listen? To see what he's going to say next. And then the person that doesn't like Stern listens an hour and a half, like more than the person that likes him. The reason? To see what he's going to say next. So the point is, like, Howard Stern had more people that hated him listening that claim they hated him, yet they obviously liked him. It's kind of like the Metairie North Shore folks that, I hate New Orleans, I have to move out of the city, the blacks ruined it, I moved out of New Orleans, that crabby old white racist person. It's like, you live in Metairie, dude. If you hate New Orleans, you'd live in Dallas or San Francisco or DC or Atlanta or something. I mean, it's like, I hate Dallas, I live in Plano. No, you live in Dallas, you live in the metro area, you don't hate Dallas. Now, all these people that claim to hate New Orleans obviously still love New Orleans. All the people that were saying they hate Howard Stern, they actually liked him. And like Buddy said, they hate you, they like you. Just as long as they're listening to you. He's exactly right. Anyway, so as far as Bobby Hebert, people disliking him, they like him. They're listening. They actually like him no matter what they say. Even if they say, I hate him and I just listen because it's so bad, It's like, you kind of like it. I mean, I've told you about like these crappy radio stations in the past that I've listened to. Like, it's so bad as a radio person, I listen because it's good. Like, it's good to me. It's so bad. So I'm not saying I hate it. I mean, I think it's bad, but I like it. It's entertaining to me, a radio person, because it's so bad, Anyway,
I kind of feel that way watching Trump with some of the stuff he says, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh yeah, well, at least he reached out to the Today Show host with her mom being abducted. That was a class move by President Trump. Corey Johnson with you.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And
You'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it.
let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Total Maintenance Kings. TM-AC.com, no cool spots. TM-AC.com, no cool spots.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. Simlawn artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate. Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
If it's a weekday afternoon in New Orleans, it's got to be Corey Johnson.
Yep. Mardi Gras season. 13 days till Fat Tuesday. Less than 2 weeks till Mardi Gras Day. Yeah, you right. We're about to really get it rolling. I mean, we got parades this weekend, and the weather's going to be glorious. Starting off in the mid-40s, high 40s, and then creeping into the 60s. We won't hit 70 degrees, and it's going to be sunny and clear, just beautiful. Parade weather extraordinaire. But next week, where there's a parade every night in Uptown, that just gets the juices flowing. And then not this weekend, but next weekend with the big boy parades, and then, you know, Lundi Gras, Mardi Gras Day. Doesn't get any better than that. Hoping this weather sticks around right now for the next week and a half. No rain, great temperatures, sunny for the next week and a half. Hopefully it's the next 13 days till, 2 weeks till Ash Wednesday. Wouldn't that be fantastic? No rain and 50s and 60s primarily. Low 70s at the hottest, the warmest. That'd be fantastic. We could use it. The economic impact's humongous. Mario Brothers, we're putting you back to work. Economic impact for Mardi Gras. Expected economic impact Mardi Gras 2026. I'm going to say $750 million, $750 million. That's my guess. With inflation and prices going up, I'm going to say 750 mil.
Says 300 million.
Yeah, I think it's much more than that. That's what
Or 900 million. I'm sorry.
900.
Yeah.
There you go. That makes more sense.
900 million.
900 mil. When the Super Bowl went from 600 million 10 years ago in New Orleans, 12 years ago in New Orleans to, 1.2 billion last year. 1.2 billion. Yeah. You figure Mardi Gras and Super Bowl used to be neck and neck. So 900 million sounds about right. That's incredible. Incredible.
It really is, man. Not to hijack the topic, but have you seen a lot of people in San Francisco kind of implying that the Super Bowl was so much better last year?
Of course.
When it was in New Orleans?
Of course.
Like journalists.
No, San Francisco is a great city, Mario. It really is. But here's the difference. And I'm not making this up. Literally, this is how it is. It's like Seattle's practicing in Slidell and New England's practicing in Laplace. The press conference after is on the West Bank. And then 1 and 2 hours later is on the North Shore, and the game is at Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
The game is at Tiger Stadium. And you think I'm exaggerating. Now, Tiger Stadium's 80 miles away, okay? 75 miles. But you can make it in an hour, basically, okay? You can make it from New Orleans to Baton Rouge in about an hour. San Francisco to Santa Clara is about, Google it, I think it's about 45 miles.
Yeah.
But to drive in the San Francisco traffic from like downtown San Fran to the stadium, I guarantee it takes north of an hour. Yeah. What is it, 45 miles, San Fran to Santa Clara?
Yeah, 45 miles on the dot.
Yeah, I've been there. I know. I mean, I don't know it's 45 miles, I guessed, but I've been and I knew, driving what it would take. But,
You know, Sharif Isaac, the TV guy, he posted like the map of how long it took him to get from his hotel to his whatever he had to do for work yesterday, and it was over an hour.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
Yeah.
No, that's, I mean, it's the Bay Area, it's Metro San Francisco. It's giant and it's congested. They're probably in that Bay Area. I mean, here you go again, Mario, Google it. I'm going to say 8 million. 7 million, it got to be more than 7+ million in just put metro, San Francisco Bay Area population, metro population. It's got to be north of 7 million. Okay. So you got that many people jammed in one spot. Hard to get around.
7.7. Did you look these up before?
No, man. I just stay on top of this crap because I do talk radio and I read a bunch of crap.
7.7 million people.
And I remember stupid crap like that.
Yes.
No, it's just insane, man. It's just densely populated.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm proud of New Orleans, man. They did such a good job last year.
I mean, dude, we're dense packed where everything's within walking distance. You got the convention center, the Superdome, 30,000 plus hotel rooms right downtown, the French Quarter, about 100 high quality restaurants and a few hundred more that aren't so high quality. Yeah. I mean, it's just everything's right there. You don't have to go to Kenner, Laplace, Slidell, the North Shore. Yeah. None of that.
And we're used to it, but it's nice seeing media members from outside the state coming and kind of realizing that. My buddy Ross Jackson, legit journalist, is there, and he said on Twitter, here in San Francisco for the Super Bowl, and several NFL media members during availability today say things along the lines of they should just have the Super Bowl in New Orleans every year.
Norman Braman, the old Philadelphia Eagles owner, is like, we should have the Super Bowl in New Orleans every year. Now, the Bay Area, at least you're in the Bay Area. I'd like to go to the Dallas Super Bowl. I mean, it just suck. I mean, no one wants to go to Dallas. I mean, I wish we had the economy of Dallas. No one wants to go to a Super Bowl. If you're NFL players, you're NFL fans, you're NFL media, you're NFL people, you got to go cover the game in Dallas. It just sucks. You're driving all around the Metroplex. Miami is a great city. They, like San Fran, they get away with it because of the culture and the greatness of the city. You're going to Fort Lauderdale, you're going up and down the highway. It's a pain in the ass. It sucks. No, New Orleans is the Superdome, the convention center, the French Quarter, the hotel rooms. They're within a mile of each other. It's insane. Can't be beat. Cannot be beat. The weather's usually good in late January, early February. New Orleans is the premier spot. Los Angeles, same pain in the ass, driving all over the place. No bueno. It's not good. No, I'm glad they're all realizing this. Hopefully this gets us the 2031 game. I mean, we better get the damn 2031 game because there's no availability until 2038. There are conventions and Mardi Gras, problems, conflicts from 2032 to 2037. So if we don't get the game till 2038, it would be the longest gap in the history. These last two gaps, this 12, 13-year crap sucks. No, I think a lot of folks that are NFL fans, they loved it. They love the convenience. They're sick of all these, walking and all that. They realize they're going to have to go to these places anyway. New stadiums being built, going to have a Super Bowl in like Cleveland. Super Bowl in Nashville's a nice city, but it's going to be a lot of traversing all around, traffic and crap. No one wants to go to Atlanta. No one wants to go to Dallas. No one wants to go to Houston. Phoenix, traveling all over, massive metroplex, No, New Orleans is king. So hopefully they're realizing this crap and the NFL realizes it. And it's like, New Orleans is special. Let's give them the 2031 game, and it's sad that there's a big gap. We'll give them the 38 game down the road. That's what the NFL should be thinking. No, I'm so glad folks, media, influential NFL people are bitching and complaining about the San Fran Metro is just a hassle to get around. No, it is. Seriously, my example is right. Hey, the Seattle's practicing in Slidell. New England's practicing in Laplace. The press conference after is on the West Bank, and then the one 2 hours later is on the North Shore. And the game itself's at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. It's crazy. What's that, Blue Boy? As a dog, you could make it from the Dome to the Convention Center, to the French Quarter, to the 30,000 plus hotel rooms, to all the great restaurants. You could walk it. You're right, buddy. Don't even need a taxi. You can do it on foot. And you get to check out great architecture and great weather, New Orleans. Blue Boy, you're a genius. Wide Open Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, 4 o'clock.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.